Hi guys, I'm Shantanu Udasi from Analytics India magazine, back again with another video where I get you up to speed with everything that is making news in the world of artificial intelligence. I have gathered around few stories that are making the most amount of news and I'm really excited to discuss them with you. So let's start with our first story. New AI deep nostalgia bring old photos back, including very old ones, to life. Yeah, this story is really blowing up on Twitter and all over social media. Every news site is reporting about this. So yeah, you can see here that this is an old photo, like old black and white photo, and how this AI called deep nostalgia is bringing them back to life. So basically what deep nostalgia does is there are a lot of visual facial movements that are loaded up into this software, and when it analyzes the picture it applies the best visual movements that work for that particular picture, and that is why it is able to create something like this. It has been all over the place on Twitter, and that is what basically happened with deepfake. It came out and everybody freaked out about it, and then people quickly started making memes on Twitter. So it is being provided by a website called MyHeritage. You can go to MyHeritage and basically try this for yourself. First of all, it was very heartwarming for people. They were loving this. They were getting emotional by seeing their parents and grandparents and their pictures converted into videos. But soon enough, it started turning quite bizarre when people started doing this on Twitter, when they are animating statues from ancient Greece. And here you can see Alexander the Great. Oh my god, this is scary. I mean, this reminds me of those moving paintings in Harry Potter and those old school Scooby-Doo cartoons where the painting had moving eyes. So yeah, it is fascinating to see that where artificial intelligence is now, and to think where it will be in 10 to 15 years. I can guarantee it that it will be more bizarre and more advanced than this. So here we move on to our next story. Our next story is a bit bizarre because there is a report floating around in US which is urging President Joe Biden to back AI weapons to counter China and Russia threats. This report is urging US and its allies to reject calls for a global ban on AI powered autonomous weapons. So this is nothing to scoff at. This report actually was made by a lot of big names. Andy Jassy from Amazon, who is going to be the next CEO of Amazon, Google and Microsoft's AI chiefs and Oracle chief, and the head of this committee was Eric Schmidt, which is an ex-Google employee. Basically, they are urging Joe Biden to back artificial intelligence and give weapons to robots. Basically, that's what it translates to. And of course, as always, there is a huge outcry over this. But these people have countered by saying that if they are authorized and synced up properly and tested and are deemed safe by the authorities to use, then there will not be any problem. Then it will be consistent with the international humanitarian law. But isn't all technologies always tested and always fit to go? But then we realize that there are some technical glitches, technical issues, and these people working with these high profile companies, even these companies make mistakes and they also face technical issues. So I am surprised that how they are not thinking it through and they are asking President Joe Biden to support AI powered weapons. That is scary. So let's move on to some light-hearted news about your next job and jobs for human resource managers, because seems like that your next interview might be with an android or an artificial intelligence and you might not realize it too. So first of all, it was just chatbots, and chatbots are basically not artificial intelligence, a lower form of artificial intelligence. But now what it does is it gives you a prompt and you have to record a video interview, and then it analyzes your facial expressions and decides that if you are fit for a job or not. So obviously there were problems that it was leading to confirming the biases that already happens in the society, and people basically use artificial intelligence to confirm their biases that they already have. But now if a computer is saying XYZ thing, then it gives it a validity, and in their mind they can rationalize it better rather than being purely racist or sexist or whatever they are. Yeah, so in 2018, Amazon basically abandoned a program which used machine learning to deem if a employee is fit or not to work for them, because it started discriminating against female employees. And yeah, it is working with the data that has been fed into it, and the long running discrimination against women in the work culture has been prevalent, and that data is analyzed by an artificial intelligence and it again implements it, and it makes the situation even worse because the people who are already discriminating against women, they get a chance to discriminate it even further by the validity of this artificial intelligence. But right now this is the biggest roadblock in the way of artificial intelligence, that it relies solely on the previous data and not able to make decisions on its own. Moving on, some positive news. Finally, artificial intelligence is fighting food waste in Japan. So Japan basically found out that they are wasting more food per capita than any other country in Asia. Asia, where there is China and there is India, largest in terms of population, but still Japan found a way to overtake China and India, and not in a positive way, in a very negative way. So they have started making some rules and laws which makes it mandatory for organizations to look after the wastage of food. So a big convenience store chain in Japan called Lawson, basically it is 7-Eleven but for Japan only, have started using a AI from US firm called DataRobot, which basically estimates how much food is going to be spoiled before it is being used. So they can manage it better and they can pre-prepare themselves on how to sell this XYZ product. So this is a win-win situation for them, and it is finally good to see AI used for some good purposes as well. And the final story of the day, bringing it back to good old India and the obsession of India with Bollywood. AI finds Bollywood's association of beauty with fair skin unchanged. Yeah, it was something pretty obvious, but now an AI is also telling you that it is obvious and please stop doing it. And not only Bollywood, it is prevalent all throughout India. And now we have a computer telling us that yeah, you people are racist and we should take it to heart and try to change our society for better, because this was a serious study done by a university, and the biggest takeaway they got was that Indian audiences are obsessed with fair skin and they basically equate beauty with fairness, and that is blatantly racist and we should stop this. So this AI analyzed 100 films throughout the entire history of Bollywood, and they gave him a fill in the blanks question. A beautiful woman should have blank skin, and the artificial intelligence, of course, came out with the reply, fair. Please, it is blatantly obvious, and now an Android artificial intelligence is also telling you that it is blatantly obvious, so stop it. So on that note, I'm going to conclude today's episode. I hope you find this episode very interesting. We are trying something new with the format, make it more free-flowing and interactive. I hope you guys interact with us in the comments down below. Also like, subscribe and share. That also helps. Please click on that subscribe button and click the bell icon so you never miss any other update from Analytics India magazine.